Hey Gemini, welcome to your April 2024 intuitive personal development messages for the month ahead. Okay, so for your soul level lesson, the bigger kind of what you're going through this month and like the lesson you're learning is, oh, interesting. It's almost as if you are tired of being that ultra loving person who does nothing but look out for other people. And it can have that moment too where you're like kind of tired of playing by everyone else's rules, what society told you to do, what your parents and your family told you a good man was or a good girl was. And you're like, because it's crossing that is the two of fire. The two of fire is when you're like, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. And like, it's when you're okay to like step outside of the box. You're okay to have an opinion that's different than those around you. So that indicates that like, you're definitely feeling the fatigue of like playing the good boy, the good girl, the good person, the good coworker, whatever it is. What's crossing at those, like in reality, you got to step into the this is who I am. This is how I like to do things. And that's just one, you got to become aware of that. Two, it's just a conversation. And it's a, hey guys, look, can we all get around and talk? Like, I know we've been doing things for a certain way. We've done it this way, but I find myself going through some changes and I'm finding myself more drawn to this or more drawn to this, this, and this. But I wanted to bring it up to you guys to have a conversation. What do you think? If you're talking to a man, it's good to ask, what do you think? If you're talking to a woman, go, what do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Have a conversation, but it is kind of time to be willing to like voice your differences to other people now. And the way I give you an example to do it, it's inviting conversation. It's warm, it's loving, it's open. It's not dictatorial, like, F you, mom, I'm going to go do this. I'm my own man. No, hey, mom, I see why you want me to learn this skill. And I do feel like I've mastered it enough. I just know that I definitely don't want to be an engineer in college. I want to be more of like a mathematician. Here's why, here's my dream. I really hope I can get you to support me because I want you on my journey. I really don't want to be an engineer. I want to do this instead. So how do you feel about that, mom? Like, and recognize that it's not I brought it up, they need to be fine with it right away. It's a conversation. If people have like an image in their head, an expectation, they need to let that drop. And when that drops, there's going to be emotions of disappointment. Anytime an expectation isn't met, the emotion of disappointment is always there. So you got to maybe give them a day or two. If they're like also on a big launch at work, you might have to give them a week, let them sit with the emotions, come back to the conversation. Just recognize that healthy conversations sometimes are spread out over a little bit of time. It's not like you're right, babe, I love you, go do it. It might be, but wait, how are you going to support yourself? If you're an engineer, when I die, I know that you'll be able to pay for yourself. I'm worried about you. That's why you always want to ask, how do you feel or what do you think? Because then you get that information. But you might be thinking they're just trying to control you, dictate, not let you be you. But it might be no, I'm just really worried about how you'll support yourself when I die. And you can be like, oh, well, let me teach you like what I think I want to do with this degree. And here's the earning income potential of it. Then they might be, oh, okay, I can get behind this. What do you need from me? So that's just be okay with your difference in opinions, bring it up with respect and love. Okay, because it looks like your human level, like the more just like day-to-day kind of personal human level lesson right now is the Six of Water reverse. So that means you're definitely learning when to walk away. You're learning when to stop pursuing that path, right? Because sometimes when you're going down like just a hiking trail and you get off path, sometimes it's no, the rain just washed it out. We just got to keep going, push through it. But sometimes you need to, nope, we got off track. We need to go back. Or, oh, we got off track. Let's just cut across and get back on the trail. It's this way. Sometimes you do have to learn when to walk away and like learn when something is not in your highest and best interest. So that's what you're learning. Wow. Oh God. Sorry. Also, the outcome card is the happy card. Four of Fire. That's the happy card as we just go through the rest of this. Because it looks like in your recent past, you got the Eight of Fire, Eight of Air upright. So that's where you're feeling afraid to take action. You're like in your head. You might be procrastinating on applying to school. You might be procrastinating on mentioning your idea to your boss. It's an illusion of I can't do anything. This is the way things have always been done. So that's why that growth is coming up for you. Nope. Sometimes you just got to learn to walk away. I heard this quote. It was really good. I don't remember who it was by, but it was, oh, The World Within. He's on YouTube. He's a pretty good motivational speaker. He said, life is about the delicate, a life well lived is about like the delicate balance between learning when having the strength to walk away or being able to go all in. And hit, man. Um, Okay, so you're not trapped. You just, in the current moment, you got the death card reversed. So that indicates that you're just not letting yourself go through that inner personal growth, that journey. The death card is more about like the ego death, is more about the personality change and overhaul. So it just indicates that you're not allowing the change to happen. And it might be because you weren't aware that that change needed to happen. And maybe this video will help you see that. Um, if not, the first step is to become aware. You know, there's 4 stages of personal development, guys. There's the unconscious unaware. That's when you're even unaware that something you're doing is a problem. Then there's the conscious unaware. I'm forgetting the exact titles for them, but this one, there's a problem. You're unaware there's a problem, and you're unaware what to do about it. This one, you're aware there's a problem, you're unaware what to do about it. So becoming aware of the problem, like, oh, I need to learn to voice if I disagree with someone. That's a huge, big step, because then you get to the next step, which is, okay, what can I do about it? That's when you'll be drawn to hire a coach. Maybe you want to go the therapist route. Maybe you'll be drawn to leadership books. Maybe you'll be drawn to just interpersonal communication books. This is where you're aware there's a problem and you're trying things to fix the problem. And this is where you found, so this stage, a good job is, here's the 10 different ways I can do the new thing. I'm going to try them all. These are the 3 that are most promising. I'm going to try those 3. This is the one that's the best. You just keep practicing that new habit, that new routine. The last step is when you're not even aware that there was a problem, because you're already the new person with that new skill set. Okay, it does look going forward into the future. You're just heavily being encouraged, Page of Water. So you're heavily being encouraged to like communicate with love no matter what you do. I can share it with you guys. I understand frustration and like pent up frustration and built up frustration. Sometimes when you have to do something for a very long time that you don't want to do, it can kind of erupt and explode out of you. But like the other person may not have known that that was going on that whole time. And to them, it just comes off like an eruption and like a rupture to the relationship. When instead the conversation would look like, hey, I got to talk to you about something. I know that I want to make sure we're sitting because it might be unsettling. I'm trying to change something that we've been doing for a while. I know that we've always been doing this for like 2 years now. I do just want to share that I've had some growing unrest within me about the way we're getting it done. And I'm just feeling really unsettled over the last 2 years. So this is kind of a big deal to me. And I do need to see a change. Here's some ideas that I thought that could make the outcome this, and like it would just help me feel better. I'm just kind of trying to give you guys an example, okay? Um, that's much better than, you know what, F you, it's always your way. I'm tired of doing it your way. We never get max ROI on our ad spend because you always hold us back. Be like, hey guys, I've actually been doing the analysis over the last like 6 months, and I can't believe I didn't think to bring it up earlier, but I've been tracking the way we've been running our ads, and here's how much money how much we've been making. I've kind of just been in theory playing it with it this way. And guys, it looks like we can get 20% more profit if we try it this way. Yeah. So in terms of your personal power this month, your personal power this month is to not solve this with your charisma or with your social power, your social credit. Your personal power this month is to go through the journey of like learning to hold your own opinion and how to communicate it lovingly. Because you literally got the Empress reverse. The Empress, when she shows up, everyone's just like, oh, I see an angel. What do you need? I'll do it. And it's probably because it's one of those skill sets that will help you later on in life. Even though right now you can go in there with your charisma and like get it done, it's probably going to be a skill set that you're going to need later in life. Because like, right, when you're a senior developer, you can't use charisma with like new developers, right? You're going to have to use like logic and probably help them through their ego a little bit. So it's a skill set that will help you later on in your career. In terms of outside influences, honestly, The people outside of you who are involved in this, they know that something's going on and they're a little sad about it. They can tell that there's like unrest within you or not 100% buy-in within you, but they don't know why and they don't know what to do about it. So they're just a little like sad, like, well, I didn't want him to just be like a button pusher, a yes man. So that's where they are right now. In terms of your hopes or fears this month, wow. Well, your fear is that you're never going to be that like man, that woman that you want to be. Your fear is that if I like don't take this action, I'm never going to be that image of that person I have in my mind. If I just keep staying home and running the family business, I won't get that like your travel around the world, that world traveler that I want. So your fear is that like if I don't take this action, I'm never going to get that opportunity. So I don't know what to say, guys, because your outcome for this month is the Four of Fire upright, which is the happy card. So perhaps this means that I mean, two things that come to mind. It could either be that you just make complete peace with, you know what, I am choosing to stay home and run the family business. And you just like let go of that vision and dream you had, or it can mean that you stepped into your own, you learned how to communicate it, you did it very lovingly. And even though your parents are like, well, we don't really want you to go, but all right, can you give us, let us find someone to replace you? Can you stay here until we get them trained up? And then we'll go. So then you'll be able to do it with family support because no matter what, it's going to end up feeling happy. So you either line up with staying home or you're going to figure out how to move through this transition really well with them. So congrats. That's a good reading. Hit me in the comments with any questions or comments you have. If you are inkling for a personal growth journey in order to become who you really are, I have a link in the description box so we can hop on a call to see if this mastermind and course is ready for you. But I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.